Instructor Vralkesh stood before his class of Crinean military cadets, his scales rippling with confidence as he activated the holographic display. The image of a human appeared, soft skin, no natural armor, blunt teeth, pathetically weak claws masquerading as fingernails. Today, cadets, we study the humans, Vralkesh announced. While they are our allies, a true warrior must understand the weaknesses of all species. Should conflict ever arise, you must know how to neutralize them efficiently. In the back of the lecture hall, Sergeant David Torres sat quietly in his exchange officer uniform, arms crossed, face expressionless. He'd been invited to observe Crinean military training as part of the cultural exchange program. No one had mentioned this particular lesson would be on the curriculum. First, Vralkesh continued, pointing at the hologram's torso, strike here, the ribcage. Humans have thin bones that fracture easily. A single blow from a Crinean warrior will collapse their chest cavity, puncturing vital organs. David tilted his head slightly but said nothing. Second, the throat. Completely exposed, no protective plating whatsoever. One strike here and the human suffocates within moments. Vralkesh demonstrated with a quick slashing motion. Their vascular system runs close to the surface, they bleed out rapidly from even minor wounds. A cadet raised a clawed hand. Instructor, what about their military training? I've heard rumors. Propaganda, Vralkesh dismissed with a wave. Humans rely on technology and tools because they lack natural weapons. Remove their equipment and they're helpless. They have no venom, no armor plating, no enhanced strength. Evolution made them soft. David's eyebrow raised a millimeter. Still, he remained silent. Their spinal column, Vralkesh zoomed in on the hologram's back, runs exposed along their posterior. Strike here and their entire lower body becomes paralyzed. They also have a critical vulnerability in their joints, knees, elbows, shoulders. Target these and they lose mobility immediately. The instructor paced confidently. In close combat, a Crinean warrior has every advantage. Our scales deflect their attacks. Our strength is triple theirs. Our claws are natural weapons honed by millions of years of evolution. Humans are weak, slow, and fragile. Remember this, cadets. 3 strikes, ribs, throat, spine. Any Crinean could dispatch a human in under 10 seconds. Is that so? The quiet voice from the back of the room made every head turn. David stood slowly, his posture relaxed, almost casual. He walked down the steps toward the front, his boots making soft sounds on the metal floor. Sergeant Torres, Vralkesh's scales flushed slightly. I meant no offense. This is purely academic. Oh, I'm not offended, David said with a slight smile. But since we're being academic, I thought I should correct some misconceptions. You know, for accuracy. He stopped in front of the hologram, studying it. You're right about the ribs. They do fracture. Thing is, we have something called an adrenaline response. Means a human can keep fighting with broken ribs, collapsed lungs, even multiple gunshot wounds. We don't stop until our brain stops, and our brain keeps working even when our body says it shouldn't. David pointed at the throat on the hologram. The throat, sure. Vulnerable. Except we train every soldier in combat medicine. Battlefield tracheotomy takes 30 seconds. And humans? We're vindictive. You go for our throat, we're taking you with us. He tapped the spine. Spinal strikes are great, if you can get behind us. But here's the thing about human combat doctrine, we don't fight fair. We fight to win. David turned to face the class. You mentioned removing our tools. Know what a human's greatest tool is? The cadets stared in silence. Our brain. David tapped his temple. We don't need claws when we invented knives. We don't need armor plating when we invented alloys stronger than any natural material. We don't need venom when we synthesized compounds that can kill in microseconds. You have millions of years of evolution. We have 10,000 years of uninterrupted warfare against each other. He walked toward Vralkesh, who unconsciously took a step back. You said 3 strikes: ribs, throat, spine. You know what human doctrine says? David held up one finger. 1 strike. Doesn't matter where. Could be your eyes, your knee, your groin. Whatever stops you fastest. Then we use our environment, a rock, a stick, our own body weight. We bite, we gouge, we break fingers. We don't stop until the threat is eliminated. David's expression remained friendly, but his eyes were cold. And here's the part you really got wrong, instructor. You said a Crinian could dispatch a human in 10 seconds. Maybe. But humans? We've been killing things bigger, stronger, and better armed than us since before we had language. It's not about the first 10 seconds. It's about the next 10 hours. Humans don't quit. We track. We endure. We adapt. You might win the first fight, but we always win the war. The lecture hall was completely silent. But, David's smile returned, warm and genuine, we're allies. So you'll never have to find out if I'm right. He nodded respectfully to Vralkesh. Great lecture, instructor. Very educational. For all of us. As David walked back to his seat, Vralkesh noticed his scales had gone pale, a Crinian's involuntary fear response. He looked at his cadets, who were all staring at the human with new understanding. That evening, Vralkesh updated the training manual. Next to the chapter on human weaknesses, he added a new section, Human Psychological Warfare. The first line read, "Never assume you understand what a human is capable of. Their greatest weapon is the one you don't see coming, their absolute refusal to accept defeat."